In the ancient city of Jericho, nestled within its formidable walls, lived a woman named Rahab. Her home, a small inn, was situated atop the city wall, providing a unique vantage point to observe the bustling city life and the vast wilderness beyond. Rahab was known throughout Jericho. Despite her reputation as an innkeeper who welcomed travelers, she was also a woman of deep thought and curiosity. She had heard whispers of the Israelites, a mighty people led by a man named Joshua. The tales of their miraculous escape from Egypt and their journey through the wilderness had reached her ears. Rahab wondered about the God who could perform such wonders. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, two strangers arrived at Rahab's door. Their clothes and demeanor hinted they were not ordinary travelers. Rahab, sensing their urgency, welcomed them into her home. Little did she know, these men were spies sent by Joshua to scout the land and the city of Jericho. The men introduced themselves as Salmon and Azariah. They spoke of their mission and the hope that their God, Yahweh, had placed in their hearts. Rahab listened intently, her curiosity piqued, and her heart stirred. She had heard of the mighty acts of their God, and now, here were his people standing in her home. As the night deepened, word of the stranger's presence reached the king of Jericho. He sent soldiers to Rahab's house with a command to bring out the spies. Rahab, realizing the danger these men faced, made a bold decision. She hid Salmon and Azariah beneath stalks of flax on her rooftop and faced the soldiers alone. When the soldiers arrived, Rahab spoke with calm conviction. "Yes, the men came to me, but I did not know where they were from. At dusk, when it was time to close the city gate, they left. I don't know which way they went. Go after them quickly. You may catch up with them." The soldiers, trusting her words, departed in haste to pursue the spies. Once the soldiers were gone, Rahab returned to the rooftop. She found the men and spoke earnestly. "I know that the Lord has given this land to you, and that a great fear of you has fallen on us, so that all who live in this country are melting in fear because of you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the waters of the Red Sea for you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to Sihon and Og, the two kings of the Amorites east of the Jordan, whom you completely destroyed." Rahab continued, "Now then, please swear to me by the Lord that you will show kindness to my family, because I have shown kindness to you. Give me a sure sign that you will spare the lives of my father and mother, my brothers and sisters, and all who belong to them, and that you will save us from death." Salmon and Azariah agreed. They gave Rahab a scarlet cord and instructed her, "Tie this cord in the window through which you let us down, and gather your family in your house. When the Lord gives us the land, we will keep our oath and protect you and your family." As dawn approached, Rahab helped the men escape through the window with the scarlet cord. They instructed her to stay inside her house with her family when the Israelites attacked Jericho. Days turned into weeks, and Rahab watched anxiously as the Israelite army approached Jericho. She gathered her family, reassuring them with the promise she had received. The city trembled with fear as the Israelites marched around the walls, but Rahab held fast to her faith in their God. On the seventh day, the Israelites marched around the city 7 times. At the sound of the trumpet and a mighty shout, the walls of Jericho crumbled. Amidst the chaos, Rahab's house stood firm. The scarlet cord in her window marked her home, and she and her family were spared. True to their word, Salmon and Azariah led Rahab and her family to safety. They were welcomed into the Israelite camp and found a new home among God's people. Rahab's bravery and faith in the God of Israel had saved her family and changed the course of her life. In time, Rahab became an honored member of the Israelite community. She married Salmon, and together they had a son named Boaz. Through Boaz's lineage, Rahab became an ancestor of King David and ultimately Jesus Christ. Rahab's story is one of courage, faith, and redemption. Her legacy reminds us that no matter our past, faith in God's promises can lead to a future filled with hope and purpose.